Design thinking, stages and tools. Design thinking is an effective method to generate innovative ideas with your target audience in mind. Understanding the needs and motivations of your target audience is key in developing services and products that can address users' real needs. Its stages are: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Design thinking is a progressive process, but not necessarily linear. As we move through the process, we can and should always go back to previous stages to refine and improve our findings. The cyclical character of design thinking allows us to revisit and redefine a problem based on the results of a test. In the following, we will take a closer look at the second stage of design thinking. Define. Before we define the specifics of what we are going to work on going forward, it is important to revisit the problem on the basis of what we observed and discussed with the stakeholders during the stage 1 of the design thinking process. To do so, we will use this guide, in which we must identify the following elements: identify the user, point out what needs to be resolved, identify the causes of the problem and its effects. Be sure to use the fishbone diagram you have developed during the stage 1. To get more clarity about how we can make a meaningful difference on the problem at hand, we suggest using the CSD Matrix. C stands for certainties, A for assumptions, and D for doubts. A good way to start populating the CSD matrix as a team is when each team member writes down the C's, A's, and D's relating the select problem individually. Then we share our individual thoughts with the entire team. Everyone should have the opportunity to contribute with their thoughts, assumptions, and observations. This way, we are considerate our different perspectives and together as a team can take the next step and transform our assumptions and doubts into certainties. After concluding the earlier activity, we are now ready to define the problem. To do so, we will use tools that are frequently used by researchers. We must define the verb. This will allow others to understand what we want to do to solve the problem. Verbs such as establish, improve, among others. We must also define the object. What is what we want to intervene? Or as our researchers would put it, what is the object of study? We must also specify the target of audience. Who is impacted? That is, the users. Last but not least, we must clarify the place of action. Where is the problem or the users? Where shall our intervention happen? Here it's important to be very specific. You can use the following tool to build a power problem statement that uses the elements we pointed out earlier. Having completed the first 2 stages of design thinking process, empathize and define, we are now in a great space to think of solution avenues that are novel and fit for the context we wish to intervene.